Did you know that you can buy a house with a non-occupying co-borrower, that person can own another property and that person does not have to have ownership rights to the property they helped you buy? Let's talk about it. My name is Carlden Lainfiesta, the Mortgage Fiesta. I've been doing this for over 12 years, helping people purchase and or refinance homes for residential 1 to 4 unit properties. Today I'm talking to you about a non-occupying co-borrower. Now, every bureau, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, all has their own guideline as it pertains to non-occupying co-signers. It will allow you to use a non-occupying co-borrower as long as you are putting at least 5% down on a transaction and it's a 1 to 4 unit property. So you can have a non-occupying co-signer on a loan where someone else is purchasing a 1 to 4 unit property. So that includes units, folks, okay? You can use a non-occupying co-signer. Another bureau, Freddie Mac, does not allow you to use a non-occupying co-borrower on a 2 to 4 unit properties, but you can still do it going Freddie Mac, putting 5% down on a 1 unit property, okay? Now for both Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, there is no requirement that the non-occupying co-signer has to have ownership rights, okay? So you yourself could purchase a house using your mom or dad who doesn't live with you to help you purchase a property, and they will not have any ownership rights in your property, okay? That's a good benefit to that. Now, FHA is a little different. FHA will allow you to put 3.5% down and use a non-occupying cosigner if that non-occupying cosigner is a family member, okay? And it will only allow you to do it on a 1 unit property, and whoever is a non-occupying cosigner on an FHA transaction must be on title with you as well, okay? So there are a couple of pitfalls to using a non-occupying cosigner. A non-occupying co-borrower is somebody who will be on title with you, and a non-occupying cosigner is somebody who will just be on the loan but will not be on title, so they have no ownership interest in the property, okay? One of the pitfalls of being a non-occupying cosigner or borrower is that the primary person who's paying the mortgage, if they default, it can impact the other person's credit. So if they have a 1 month late, the cosigner has a 1 month late. So it definitely should only be done for responsible people. Another pitfall, of course, is if you're co-signing for somebody, that person, if they're not depending on you for income, also needs to be able to cover that mortgage themselves, even if you have a cosigner. In most cases, it only makes sense to add a cosigner if that person is going to be contributing and or may have ownership rights in the property as well, so they're in it with you, and or if the primary borrower's income is just not what it needs to be. So I've had a situation where I had a mother co-sign for a son that had little to no income. We're also about to look at a scenario where a parent is going to co-sign for units on a kid that may not even have any work history at all because he's currently in college. We have multiple FHA co-signer scenarios. So if you're not qualifying by yourself, another thing to consider, non-occupying co-borrowers, co-signers with or without ownership interest in your property might help get you to the finish line. Carlden Lainfiesta, the Mortgage Fiesta, and hope to help you close soon.